Right guys, got a new build for you, which I'm pretty hyped to share. Been working on it for a couple of days now, so it's a it's a Bodyswap Sacrifice build. You can see down there. So the key feature of this spell is explosion deals base fire damage equal to 37% of minions' maximum life. So it basically jumps to a minion and explodes it. My minion I'm using is Ray Zombie. You can see I'm scaling that. The higher level there, the more life it has. So you can see I've got it up to level 34. It's not. It can go higher than that if I had some better gear. But I'm happy with that for now. I think I'll have to scale more damage other ways. It's also got Ashes of the Stars. This quality there. The +1 level scales the zombies, but the plus 30% quality scales Bodyswap Sacrifice a lot because it just increases the maximum life that it does, of the damage it does. So yeah, got a pretty weird helm. It's just for reservation efficiency, so I can use more auras. Trying to get a whole bunch of auras, just all defensive pretty much. Flesh and Stone, Purity of Fire, Arctic Armor. And the reason Arctic Armor is good, and Determination. I got Haste because, not because I want it, but because I need it for the Watcher's Eye, and Discipline. I'll show you why I need the Haste for the Watcher's Eye. The way I'm triggering Poet's Pen is through Power Siphon, Cast on Crit with Ray Zombies. So it's a little bit complicated, but basically I just hold down my Power Siphon and it's like flicker striking around. So whenever my Power Siphon crits, it raises a zombie. And then my Poet's Pen triggers Bodyswap, and I jump to the zombie and explode it. So I'll show you that shortly, but it's a bit of a complicated thing. But it's how I found is the best way so far, I think, and the most consistent way to raise zombies. Yeah, anyway. I felt like so big brained when I worked it out. So it actually works. It's actually like not too bad. Like it's pretty smooth. Obviously, you're guided by the soft and gentle hand of Chris Wilson where you go, but you know, it's fun. I got Dawnbreaker as well, but I'll show you why I need the Watcher's Eye. So this is the Watcher's Eye here that I have. Key things about this is the increased cooldown recovery rate of movement skills, the bottom line there, used while affected by haste. So increases my cooldown recovery rate of movement skills basically. Bodyswap's a movement skill. You can see the tag, the first tag there. And it increases the cooldown recovery rate, which means that my Poet's Pen can trigger it faster. So it can trigger, basically at the moment it's triggering at the same rate as I'm triggering a Ray Zombie, pretty much. It's around, I think, 4 times a second-ish, which is great. Also, the top, so because I got so many uniques, I had to find a way to deal with resists. And what I did is I have 100%, well, over 100% conversion of cold and lightning damage to fire for hits, but it's like 89% for damage over times effects. So I can just ignore, that lets me ignore cold and lightning resists, which is cool. So yeah, I only take fire damage from elemental hits, which is, yeah, and that's why the Dawnbreaker is in there. Otherwise I'd have like Squire. Squire would probably almost triple the damage I get out of Bodyswap. But yeah, it's, you can like make this build with a Squire. This is a little bit class cannon-y. Also Relicash and Patience. So I've got these just to have the more, just because it's an easy way to get frenzy charges really. There's no real good way for me to get frenzy charges without swapping to, without just expending too many skill points or like giving up too much. Because I want to use Assassin's Mark. If I could use Poacher's Mark, it'll be fine. So yeah, I've just got Relicash because of that, really, just frenzy charges, but obviously it gives me all the other charges too, which is great. Also, I have these cool rings here, so this is how I complete the fire, well, the elemental to fire conversion, taken as. So first I've got the Dawnbreaker, which is 20 and 20, so that's 20% of cold and lightning. Then I've got the Watcher's Eye, which is 19%, which should be 20. When I get enough divines, I might roll that. Let's say 20, so 40% together. Then I've got this Lethal Pride Timeless Jewel, taken with this Keystone, tempered by war. That has 50% of cold and lightning damage taken as fire damage, which adds up to around 90%. So 90% of cold and lightning damage is taken as fire damage. And then I put one of these rings on each finger. Left ring slot there, you can see it says 25% of cold damage from hits is taken as fire damage. And the right ring slot, it's lightning damage is taken as fire damage, which completes the conversion from hits. As I said before, still take like 10% of the dot damage as those elements, but honestly that doesn't matter because the 90% fire res is doing so much anyway. So yeah, it's also with these rings, there's some pretty nifty things with them. You can actually collect, if you collect 5 of the same ring, now that's mirrored, you can sell it and you get a fresh ring like this one. Well, this one's obviously influenced, but you get a fresh non-influenced ring. And then you can influence it or do whatever you want with it. So that's how these rings are made. And this is just a mirrored one. It's with some just like 900 accuracy and some life, so I was happy with that. And yeah, probably should put a gem in there at some point, but whatever. This is a work in progress. Yeah, that's the build. Mage Blood. You don't have to have Mage Blood. I just have it because it's easy. You can put in a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of different belts, which would be great. You could just put in a rare belt like a Stygian or something with % life, or you can put in like a Immortal Ambition that converts some of your life into energy shield. That Immortal Ambition, where is that? I have one. No, I don't have one. But yeah, there's a belt that does that. You can also do this belt here, which is great. Nearby enemies convert 25% of their physical damage to fire. Obviously you got a whole lot of fire resist, so this will be a huge defensive boon to put one of these on. Or you could put on like a Tides of Time, something like that would do as well. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of good belts you could put in this set. Mage Blood is obviously just easy. For me it helps my crit chance, it gives me onslaught, it gives me some armor, and gets my fire res, which is cool. But yeah, I'll just do a map and then I'll do a boss shaver to show you how it works. I was going to run through the map, nothing too, I'm going to spend time learning it or whatever, doubling back too much, just so you can see what the build does. So this is what it looks like. I just sort of hold down right click and then it zooms around. I've got Mind Over Matter as well, I forgot to mention that, and Eldritch Battery obviously. It's just easier I think to use. This build does use a whole lot of mana because it like attacks and casts so fast, and Raise Zombie is not it's not a cheap spell. Even though it's only basically 4 linked. So because of that, you don't have to go Mind Over Matter, you can find easy ways to get mana regen. One of them is you get the small cluster jewel, the small mana cluster jewel. It has a mindfulness notable, and it gives you 80% increased mana regeneration, whatever that's called, when you're stationary. And obviously, since you're body swapping, you're like almost always stationary, pretty much. Like as you're body swapping, you count as stationary. But every time you body swap to something, you've counted to have moved. So don't take that Pantheon that gives like the plus 9% to physical reduction if you haven't moved for 3 seconds, because you have moved. It just always counts as stationary also. So a bit of a conundrum there. This is what it looks like. Pretty chill, you know? Well, not really that chill. I mean, like, for me, I just hold right click. It does its thing. There's a fair bit of damage. Not too bad. I haven't really scaled the damage much. Mainly just gone defensive. But I've got a few ways that I've planned out to scale the damage a bit. Don't really need to for now. So that was just, yeah, T16. No show against just normal Shaper. So you can see it's boss damage. Right. Way to go. If you don't get any random bosses that are terrible for the build or whatever. Got died. Cool. One more left. Thomas. Sweet. Shaper. So you can choose out of a couple of different ascendancies. I've chosen the one that does less elemental damage to you and more elemental damage to enemies if you're nearby them. But you can also take the one that gives you the consecrated ground with linger, and your regen also affects your energy shield, which is really good for this build. But I found I have so much energy shield from my Watcher's Eye with the discipline. Oh, that's the boss, isn't it? With the discipline, that I'm fine with that. So I prefer to do the more damage and take less damage. Also, since I'm always stationary, you can see I've always got the consecrated ground on me. Sent me away again. Oh, that's a good thing about having a movement skill. You just blink across. Where am I going? Who knows? Chris guided me the wrong way. There you go. I think that's it. Sweet. I didn't do the balls. Ah, damn it. So I was gonna anyway, I forgot about that. So the good thing about this build as well is that because all my hits are converted to fire damage, it ignores elemental pen. Now I know normal shaper doesn't have that, but when I do uber shaper, all my well, the cold pen that he has in his balls will be completely avoided because of my fire damage to hits setup. So that's pretty cool. Doesn't avoid it Xeri's Flame Blast though, obviously. But yeah, that's the Bodyswap build. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. I'm going to update on this build later with my level 93. So hope to just get some more levels. I've got to get some cluster jewels to scale the damage a lot. Maybe get some voices, but those are expensive. We'll see how we go there. But yeah, I'll link the POB in the description down below. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later. See you.